Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So today in this particular video, let's try to explore some important components related to Kafka producer internals using Python. Okay. So in my previous video, I have discussed in detail about this particular architecture. If you want to know the detailed explanation, you can go through the link given in the description box. Okay. So if you see in the beginning, here our app is running, that can be in Java or Python, whatever, and that is basically producing our data and publishing in our Kafka cluster. So while publishing the data, we must mention the topic name in which topic the data will be written, and obviously the value or the actual message also we have to put along with that. Okay, and there are optional parameters like partition and key is there. What these two does, so it might happen that your topic is having multiple partitions. Now in which partition your message will be going, that you can either define using partition. You can mention that partition equal to 0 or partition equal to 1 or partition equal to 2 or something like that, and that way what will happen, the message will be sitting inside that particular topic in the mentioned partition. Okay, and if you are not mentioning partition, what you can do, you can pass a key, and what will happen when the data will be published in serializer, first the data will be serialized, the key and the value part, because we are sending via network, so it will be converted from object to byte, and based on the byte for the key, one partitioning algorithm will be applied, and that will decide in which partition the data will be written. Like that, in between these two, any one you can follow. Okay, right? Now let's just explore this particular part in detail in Python. Okay, so before starting, what I will do, I will first launch my Zookeeper in default port. So I will go to terminal and I will paste that, and I will run my Zookeeper. So here you can see that the Zookeeper is running at port 2181 in the local host. Okay, I will open another console and I will start my Kafka server. Okay, so here you can see my Kafka server is started, and obviously it will be running in default port 9092, as you can see here. Okay, our Kafka server or broker. Then what I will do, I will create topics. Okay, one is hello world 1, one is hello world 2, one is hello world 3, and another one is hello world 4. Okay, because 4 different approach I want to discuss, so that's why I am creating 4 topics. Okay, so first I will run this one, and I have mentioned my broker localhost 9092. First topic is created with 3 partitions, and because I am having only one broker, I am keeping replication factor as 1 only. Okay, and then here I am creating another topic, and here I will create another topic here, and here is my last topic. Okay, 4 topics successfully created. Now let's open Python here only, and let's try to explore different ways to send the data. Okay, so first here I am basically importing some simple things like sleep and then json.dumps and Kafka producer. Obviously what I did in my previous video as well. I'll just make an enter. Okay, now in the first experiment, let's try to understand how we can mention the partition number in which the data will be written while publishing the message. Okay, like here I have told you, right, that there are 2 approaches. One is either you mention the partition or you give the key on which partitioner will apply partitioning concept, and based on output it will be sending the data in particular partition, right? So let's first see, without passing key, with the help of partition, how we can write the data. Okay, so here if you see in my directory where logs are stored, if I go to server logs, here for first topic, for second topic, for third topic, and for fourth topic, 3 partitions are created. Okay, so here first I am considering topic name hello world 1, that is my first topic. Okay, and then what I am doing here, I am basically creating my producer. Okay, see, it is very simple. First I am mentioning the bootstrap server where my Kafka server is running, which is localhost 9092. And then I have told you, right, that always we have to mention the serialization approach, because Kafka don't know about that. In which way we are sending key, in which way we are sending value, that how it should be serialized in network, that we have to mention while creating the producer, right? So here what we are mentioning, value serializer, as JSON.dumps we are using to convert the JSON data to string, and then on top of that we are applying UTF-8 encoding. That means it will convert the string to bytes, right? Because if you see, our data is basically here JSON type. So that's why first we are converting to string, and from that string we are converting to bytes. Okay, and this is how you can mention the value serializer. Okay, how to mention key serializer, that I will discuss later. So here you can see it is a very simple producer code. I will just hit an enter. Our producer is created, and here I will define some messages like here data 1, data 2, data 3, like that. Okay, and I will paste that. Okay, and on the another comment prompt, what I will do, I will start my consumer as well. So here you can see this is my consumer code, which is basically taking the data from first topic and from beginning, and I have mentioned the bootstrap server, which is 909. Okay, localhost. So here I will hit an enter, and here our consumer is running. Okay, now let's start publishing message. Okay, and see how I am publishing message. Producer.send I am using to publish the message. Okay, and here you can see in the beginning, I will just show you. Currently I am publishing the message in my topic 1, that is hello world 1. Okay, here if I show you the log section, all are empty. Okay, let me just show you for all the partitions for hello world 1. This is also empty, and here this is also empty. Okay, all are empty. What we will do, we want to publish the message, but see how I have written the code. Producer.send I am using to send the message. I am mentioning the topic name, I am sending the value, what message it has to write, and then here I am directly mentioning the partition number, in which partition the data has to be written. So we are having 3 partition 0, 1 and 2. So all these values, okay, data 1, data 2 and data 3, okay, that is this message and this message, all will be published in same partition, and that is partition number 1. Okay, I will just paste that and I will hit an enter. And if I go to my server logs, and I no need to worry, I can simply go to in my topic, and then first partition if I open, that is partition 1, and here if I just open the logs, here I will see all the messages coming, number 1, number 2 and number 3. Whatever we publish, that is coming in this partition only, whatever we have mentioned here. Okay, now let's publish 2 messages in our partition 2. Okay, so here you can see directly I am mentioning the partition number, data point 4 and data point 5. These 2 messages I am publishing in partition 2. Okay, so I will just publish them. So we publish this message in partition 2, right? So if I go to hello world 1 partition 2, that is basically this particular folder. Okay, and if I just open this one, here you will see message 4 and message 5 is coming. So this way we can control which message has to go in which partition, right? And the last one I can show with partition 0. So here you can see producer.send topic name, and value part we are passing my last message, okay, in partition 0. So I'll just hit enter, and if I go to my server logs in the hello world 1, that is in my first topic, in first partition, if I go partition 0, here you will see the number 6 is published. Okay, so that way you can control in which partition the data has to be published, right? Very simple. Now here what I am doing, I am closing my producer. Okay, right? Now let's see another experiment, that is how we can pass the key value pair. Earlier we have seen how we can mention the partition in which the data has to be published, but another technique what I told you, that is you can mention the key, and then in partitional level the hashing concept will be applied, and then based on certain algorithm it will decide in which partition the data has to be written, and it will write there. Okay, so here let's see a simple way of publishing messages. So here what I am doing, I have imported all these things earlier. Here I am starting my Kafka producer. Okay, now I am not mentioning any key serializer or value serializer. So by default it will understand you will be sending as byte, and here you can see I am now publishing in this particular topic hello world 2, and here what I am mentioning producer.send topic name key we are passing as b foo. So foo is a string. When I'm writing b, that means I want to send the byte data. That means I am converting the string to byte. That is what serialization has to be done in the backend, that I am doing here only. Okay, string to byte. Okay, here what I am doing, I am saying that the key is foo. Okay, now in the backend it is converted to byte, and what will happen, that on that partitioning concept will be applied. Kafka by default follow Murmur to hashing algorithm. So if you check the documentation, you will understand that if you are not mentioning something, it will apply Murmutu algorithm, okay, and basically it will send that data to a particular partition, okay, like that way you can mention. So if I publish this way, one thing for sure, that in this particular topic we are having three partition, right? Here if you see in server logs, here we are having hello world 2.0, hello world 2.1 and hello world 2.2. That means for hello world 2, for this particular topic, three partitions we are having. And now we are mentioning the key value pair. So what will happen, that because key is same, so both the messages will be going to same partition, right? So let's just publish them. And now let's see in which partition the data is gone. Okay, now we cannot understand directly, because earlier we are mentioning directly in which partition the data has to be written. That's why we are getting it that where it is writing. But now in the back end, what is the outcome of hashing algorithm, that we don't know, right? So we have to check in this way. But one thing for sure, because both messages have same key, so they will be going to same partition, right? So in first partition it has not gone. Now let's see in partition 1, here also it has not gone. So probably it will go to in the third partition for our second topic. Okay, so if I open that, here you can see foo bar. Both the times messages are coming to same partition in hello world 2 topic. Okay, very simple. I hope you are getting. And then what I am doing, I am closing this. Okay, right? Now here you have seen I have not explicitly mentioned any key serializer or value serializer, because here itself we are converting that to bytes. That is serialization we are doing while publishing the message itself. Now you can mention key serializer and value serializer while creating the producer also. Okay, like here I have shown the demo. This is our third lab. So this way also you can define the producer, where you can mention the key serializer should be, we will be doing string encoding, and value serializer we are basically doing that JSON data we are converting to string, and then we are converting to bytes. Simple, right? So you have to remember key serializer and value serializer are the important parameter in this particular Kafka producer. Okay, so here I have created that way producer, and this time we want to publish the message in hello world 3, which is another topic. Okay, and then here I have created some data. Okay, so if you see currently in hello world 3 we are having partition 0, partition 1 and partition 2, all are empty. Okay, if you see here, this is empty. Okay, then here this one also empty, and then here the last partition for hello world 3 is also empty. What we can do, we can basically send the messages. Okay, here what I am doing, I am basically configuring the key. I am saying that key is ping and then key is pong. So all the ping messages will be going to a particular partition, all the pong related key messages will be going to another partition. So let's see that. I can paste this one and I can hit an enter, and even I can run the pong one also simultaneously. Okay, so here if I go to server logs hello world 3.0, if I go here, you will see that all the ping related messages are coming here. So ping, first time message came here, second time message came here, and third time also message came here. Okay, and here if I go to second partition, here nothing came. And for hello world 3, if I go to third partition, here all the pong related messages will come, number 4, number 5 and number 6. Okay, anyway our consumer we have not started for explicitly for all other topics, we just started for first topic, so that way you can start consumer for all other topics also. Like I can show you here, I can start for this particular topic hello world 3, ping pong, whatever we have published. Here you will see that all the messages we are getting, but this is obviously not in order. Okay, because partitioning don't follow the ordering, right? So that is one thing, right? So here we have seen in this particular lab how to configure key serializer and value serializer. But when we are mentioning the key, that time it is hard for us to understand in which partition the data will be going, because in the backend the partitioning is applied, and based on that the data is basically going to one particular partition. Now what if we can mention what is the partitioning algorithm or what is the hashing algorithm it should follow for partitioning? That will be great, right? So now let's see one experiment where we can mention the partitioning approach. Okay, but before that what I will do, I will close this producer. Okay, right? Now here you can see I have basically imported all these three already, and now here I am mentioning custom partitioner. Okay, so here you can mention custom partitioner in your way. You have to just keep these concepts in mind. Number one, it should have always three parameters. One is key. The key is basically the partitioning key. All partition is basically list of all partitions stored by partition ID. Like in this our case, we are having three partitions for all the topic. So this will basically all partition will contain 0, 1 and 2. This is a list. Okay, and then available. What are the partitions available? Okay, what it will return? It will return the particular value that is in which partition the data should be written. Okay, very simple. Now here what I am doing, I am just printing the inputs. Okay, the key is, the partitions are, and after decoding the key is like this. So what happens in the custom partitioner, when I will be calling, this key will be coming as byte. Okay, that is after serialization. If you see this particular diagram, the partitioner is called after serialization. So here we are mentioning the custom partitioner, this particular function, right? So whatever key will be coming, that is serialized or byte data. So that's why I am mentioning the key is, this is basically byte. Okay, remember this very important point, that the key is coming here as byte, not in actual key format. Okay, now the custom partitioner I have defined in what way? First, I am converting that byte to string. Okay, because I know that actually I have published here string data that we converted to byte, and that we are converting back from byte to string. Okay, using key.decode, and then I am converting that string value to integer, and then I am dividing by total number of partition, and then whatever value will be getting in the remainder, that way the data will be splitted. Okay, very simple. Here I am passing some value as string that is converted to byte because it is sending via network, and in the partitioner section we are converting that back from byte to string, converting that to integer, and then here we are basically taking the remainder after dividing by total number of partitions. Okay, so here I can take the custom partitioner code and I can go to terminal and paste it. Okay, my custom partitioner is created. Here what I am doing, I am mentioning Kafka producer as new key. I am passing partitioner equal to custom partitioner. So Kafka will automatically apply this particular partitioning logic. Okay, so I'll just hit an enter, and this time we want to publish the messages in topic 4, that is hello world 4. And now see, first let's publish this message. Okay, now because we have defined our own partition logic here, now we can easily tell in which Kafka partition this particular value will be going. Okay, can you tell? Just pause this video and try to think. See, here we are passing the key as 3. Okay, here we are passing as bytes data. So first the key, the bytes data will be coming here. So we are basically printing that, we can see in the console itself. What we are doing, we are converting from bytes to string. Okay, so we will be getting 3 because we are passing here 3. That we are converting to integer, so we will be getting 3 only, and then we are dividing by all partitions. Okay, that is length of all partitions. So all partition contain what? It contain the total number of partition existing in that topic. So in this hello world 4, how many partitions are there? When we basically created this particular topic, you can see we have basically 3 partitions. So here this particular int of key decode is giving us value 3. We are dividing by again 3. So when we divide 3 by 3, then remainder is basically 0. So in partition 0, this particular message will be going. Simple, right? So I can just run this one and I can hit an enter. See, the key is byte of 3. So you can understand in this particular custom partitioner, when the key is coming, it is coming as bytes. Okay, it is after serialization this concept is applied, aligned with our architecture. Also after serialization we are applying partitioning. Okay, then here all partitions, I have told you, right, that it basically lists all the partitions. So we are having partition 0, partition 1 and partition 2. So that one it is trying, and then here after decoding the key is 3 only, right, because this is byte of 3 we are passing. So after decoding also we'll be getting 3, and then here it is converting to integer. So that way also we'll be getting 3, and then here we are dividing by total length of partition. Total length is 3, so 3 remainder 3 will be 0. So this message will be going to partition 0 in our topic 4, that is hello world 4. If I go to partition 0, here you will be seeing that particular message came. Okay, then the next message, let's see. So maybe I can change the main message. Now we are passing the key 2. Okay, so when 2 remainder 3 will be happening, So what will be the remainder? 2 divided by 3, the remainder is 2. So this particular message will be going to partition 2 in our topic. Okay, so we done that. Let's see, I will go to server logs, and in this particular topic I will go to partition 3, that is partition number 2, and here you will see hello partition 1 2 3 came. Okay, now we can decide ourselves in which partition the message is going, because in the backend whatever partitioning is applied, that is our own logic, right? Now here we are passing 369. Okay, 369 will be divided by 3, and the remainder is what? 369 when you divide by 3, remainder is 0, right? So it will be going to partition 0. So let's see, I can publish some message like this way. Okay, so let's go to this particular topic in partition 0. Okay, if I go here, you will see that message is coming. Okay, right? And the last one, let me show you one demo. So here now we are passing key 301. When we are dividing 301 by 3, what should be the remainder? It is 1, right? 301 remainder 3, the outcome is 1. So if we are passing this message, obviously this message will be sitting in partition 1. Okay, if I just run here, if I go to this particular partition 1, and if I just open this one, here you will see this message is coming in partition 1. Okay, that way using our custom partitioning, we can understand in which partition the data is going. Okay, and here if you want, you can explore the documentation. Basically I have taken from here only the partitioner concept. Here you can see it is called partitioner key bytes. So that's what I was keep on repeating, that the key part whatever we are sending, when it will reach our custom partitioner, it will be coming as bytes. Okay, so it is coming as key bytes. The next one is basically all partitions, that is all the partition 0 1 2 like that we are having, and the available partition is our third argument. Okay, and then it will apply the partitioning logic whatever we have written, and based on that it will be writing the data in a particular partition. So that way you understood how to write your own custom partitioner. Okay, so I hope you understood this. Here we have seen how we can mention the partition number where the message will be written while publishing the message. Then we have published the message with key value paired. Even we have configured our own custom partitioner, and we have seen how the messages are going, right? Try to play with the code which I'll be sharing in the description box. You will be having more feeling. I hope you understood this. This is all for this video. If you find this video helpful, then please like, share and comment. Subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed till now. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of our latest videos. Thank you.